IFHE loaded, sir.
In the waves she lurks, the ocean's healthy queen, with torpedoes armed, through silent storms unseen. In the deep she hides, her target's in sight, a ghost in the seas, a phantom in the fight. Ruler of the deep, silent and profound, in the art of war where her foes are bound. She strikes with grace, a force unseen in the world of war.
Hey team, this is Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun, interesting video concept with the Z-52. We're trying full IFHE and heavy AP to see how is this actually utilized. Does it have utility? And I was just trying it out because I want to try something new and seeing, man, if I could use this firepower to really win the matches. But as always, before we begin, like, subscribe button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate all the support. If you see value we're doing here, smash those buttons, and we can't thank you guys enough. So let's get right to it. Here we go. Z-52 with IFHE, guess what it pins now? 40 millimeters. It already had the 32 mil baked into the guns, but I was like, I wonder what would, 40 mil pen do, because a lot of the battleships, I was just studying a lot of them, their threshold on certain aspects of it is about 38 and below, and then outside of that, above the 40, it goes up to 50 to 60 anyways. It doesn't matter. So I was like, well, at least if I can pen a majority of cruisers, definitely already the destroyers, but I was trying to see if 40 mil would actually do a lot of damage regarding certain battleships that have 38 mil in armor and below on certain aspects of their ship. So we kind of say, well, why not? Let me try it out, see if it's kind of a usable thing in battle and if it actually works. As well as German AP is very, very powerful as well. So we've also armed, you'll see the build at the end of the video, with heavy AP. And, I'm really enjoying the AP aspect of destroyers like the Druid, Vampire, Daring, a lot of these destroyers with really great AP, especially the Z-42, Z-52 lines, the German lines. Very powerful. I was actually surprised. So let's take a look at it right here. Here's the heavy AP action right there. I was trying to see what it could do. And you can see it's taking quite some chunks off of people's broadsides right there. And you can see, come on, baby, get that kill. There it is. First kill on the Salem. And now, man, we got a plethora of ships right here. And I got some support from my Montana, but I was trying to test out, see what kind of AP damage we can do. Look at the AP on the side of a Napoli. Very, very powerful. Look at that, 2,000 damage, and he's taking full broadsides from a battleship right there. I love the German AP line with the 6-kilometer hydro and smoke. It's a very, very powerful combo. I still like the Z-42 because of the fact that, you're getting those quick smokes, while you only get 3 smokes really with the Z-52 line, kind of like a standard basic destroyer. I'm sorry for zooming in and out. There was just so much action going on. I was trying to keep an eye on the Hataka, the Napoli. There's literally 4 or 5 ships right there in that center area. All right, so everything is calmed down now. We can figure out what we're doing here. You could see right there the power of what we were able to do. 31,008 damage so far right there. Just watching these torpedoes, making sure they go by and not kill us here. That's the one thing. Good thing we have Hydra running up. We have another destroyer that likes to push in. But look at the HE right here. Man, it is literally going to be able to hit all over the certain aspects of that battleship. Now, there's, of course, anything above 40 mil is kind of pointless anyways, but I was trying to see if 40 millimeter is sufficient enough to pen majority of what we need to deal out there, and boom, another kill right there on the Halford. And again, I love the fact that I can get into these, tuck into these little coves and islands to really help myself just really secure this area right here. If I can literally just dive right here and hold, not only do I have good firing angles, protection from the eastern side, now I can hold 2 caps at once, and that's the power of having German hydro, smoke, and gunpowder. So what do I think so far of the IFHE? We'll take a look at a few more games and one in randoms as well to see, what kind of utility does it have? Is it actually feasible? Is it worth it? In my personal opinion. With the Z-52, there really is no other gimmicks outside of the hydro and the guns. I mean, the torpedoes are okay. They're not bad. 10-kilometer range. You do get some decent hits. The smoke, man, they only get 3 smokes, so you just got to use them, wisely, of course. And once it's kind of like the standard destroyer smoke where you have 3 of them. If you use them and you got to get radared or hydroed, you got to get out of it. You kind of a waste, right? So the new American DD line we're going to talk about, we're going to see an encounter with the bros later, and we'll see if it's worth it or not. Man, I'm really on the edge of whether or not I want to put money towards it and get it for you guys and try it out, but I don't know if it's really worth it. It's like I've seen people already spend the money to get it. It's like over 20,000 doubloons with the the bundles too. And if the bundle, you have to gamble with the bundles, and that's another, like, if you buy them all, it's like what, 50 or 60,000. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's worth it for you guys. I'd rather just be free, honestly. Free 99 and just grind it up. It's going to be available anyways. I mean, what is the destroyer line really getting you? Look at those torpedo hits right there. I just said the torpedoes are but look at that, man. Look at that nice hit on the Salem right here. And now we got a full broadside, a Napoli. Now the smoke on this thing, like I said, very awesome. Here's the HE there, 2475, 5 pins right there on the Napoli. So you can see it does some quite a amount of damage, so not bad. Now we just got so many targets in front of us now. Now I'm just shooting the Halford here. He's stuck in my web of hydro here. He can't get out of it, and I'm inside of smoke. I'm sure he probably launched torpedoes, so got to keep my eye open for that. Let's see here. We're just melting the crap out of him. He can't do nothing right here. See, 2,200 damage, and boom, he goes down. Oops, never mind. One more hit. He goes down. There are those torpedoes I was telling you about. Oh boy, how am I going to thread the needle on this one? Oh man, I got to pay attention, pay attention. Oh my god, I made it just by barely. Oh man. Whew. I'm telling you, you get your blood running real high in this mode. It's pretty dang fun, and I enjoy it a lot. All right, let's see here. We're getting some nice damage on the Hayate here. So, you know, very good guns. Not the greatest of reloads, but 2.6 second with adrenaline rush kicking in, you're almost dead. I think it's okay. It's doable. It's bearable. Not bad. All right, firing on the Napoli again. I was trying to see if I can pin more on the Napoli to show you guys. Let's see. Nope, he's dead. Oh, here we go. Hataki. Let's see what kind of pen we can get on this guy. He already blapped us. Never mind. He didn't have enough health. I was trying to get the torpedoes off. But so far, so good. I mean, 90,000 damage, 4 kills. Not bad. We're pretty much winning this game. It's pretty much like almost like a blowout. Let's take a look at the Libertad. Libertad, actually, you can punish him as well in certain aspects of him. I believe he has a 50 mil armor plating deck and whatever on certain aspects of his ship. So this may not work. Still getting pins there on the bow. The bow is always a great spot to shoot at. Look, still getting damage here. Not bad. Now, we do suffer fire damage reduction. You know, instead of going like, I believe it's 8%, we're going down to like 4 or something like that. But it's still good. It's still a percentage chance. You guys got to shoot more often than not. Long range, these guns are wonky. Look at the arcs on these things. Look, you really got to lead this. I'm still getting used to the long range of the Z-52. I don't play Z-52 that much. It's still a great ship, though. I'm just trying out with different, you know, increased pen now. I pen almost majority of the battleships, so I was just trying it out, see if it works. Get a couple of hits there. The AP, like I said, the AP is pretty powerful, like that 3,200 damage right there. Pretty nice. The torpedoes reload pretty quick for you know, okay torpedoes. We get another kill. Halford 5 kills right there. Torpedoes are okay. When they hit, they hurt. 10.5 damage, 10.5 kilometer range with 7.6 second reload. So, it's okay. Not bad. Engine boost, hydro, and so forth. So not a bad start with the Z-52 trying it out. I might need to try another game out just to verify if this thing is worth it. So far, similar damages that I'm normally used to seeing in the Z-52. Nothing cosmic, nothing crazy. I'm trying to get more of these battleship pens here. I'm going to try another video and see if we get some. All right, see if we get some more sweet action here on this map right here. Again, favorite maps with these concentric circles. If they're all layered on top of each other, Z-52, Z-42, anything with a 6 kilometer hydro, absolutely perfect. It shines very well because really we can detect everything in the area, and we can just sit there and hold. So this one's actually interesting. We have a St. Vincent, which I know I can pen a majority of his armor. Montana's easy with the 32 mil areas. Pommern, great as well. So we're going to test it out, see if this actually does any increased damage, and see if we get better pens on the majority of these ships. Again, as look at the St. Vincent here firing, you're going to see a lot of pens on it. The 40 millimeter is just a great number right there, just to pack on. I'm missing my shots here. See, we get a pin right there on the back, on the sides. So not bad. Wonky shells. Look at that. Nice pins right there. 1,200 damage, just firing right into a side with HE. So not bad. I just need to get more consistent damage here. We'll see if I can get into a position here that's feasible. This Brisbane is annoying me with this 12 kilometer radar. Now that it's gone down, we can actually start focusing on some juicy targets. So let's take a look here. Shout out on the Vincent there. If I can aim, good lord, these shell's arcs are terrible right now. We pin all over the Brisbane, so dude, no problem shooting a light cruiser with the Z-52. We eat cruisers for lunch, I'm telling you. Ooh, nice broadside St. Vincent. Now we're going to switch to him. All right, let's take a look at this. So we're firing on him. Look at that, the damage right there. So a lot of pins. We pinned like all over him. He's got that 40 millimeter kind of threshold there, so not bad. Let's see here. AP on a broadside Brisbane would be very juicy. Look at look what the heavy AP can do on a Brisbane. Look at that. 2,100 damage. Nice. Now that he's coming back around, let's see. We'll launch some torpedoes there. He goes down, and we need these broadside. Now, Montana, not going to be a problem at all for the German DD line. It really just pins all over. Look at that. It's just gonna, you're just gonna land juicy targets. Now, the problem is the aiming. I don't know why these shells are just not hitting where I'm telling it to go. Now, we're getting non-pins because I'm hitting his armor on the guns, so that can't, obviously we can't pin that. But once you get at the side platings in certain areas there, they're around 30 or 40 mil and below. I think he has 38 mil in certain areas, and then the 32 mil bow, you can really melt them down. So it's very, very strong. I know the German AP probably also would be good on the side here. I was just trying out the IFHE, see if it works out. You get nice hits right there. 1,200, look at that. So we're getting a lot more pins there, so not bad. Now the downside is you sacrifice, like I said, the fire damage, but again, the ships are already going to be being shot out like crazy, be on fire. We will still start fires if you shoot enough and land enough with them, but it really just comes down to the reload. I mean, the 3.2 second reload, not the greatest in my personal opinion. Now, anything below 3 is better. I think mid to sub 2 seconds is where I'm gunning for, especially like you'll see in the gearing line, daring line, definitely vampire, anything like that. I really do enjoy it. Even the Hariguma line, I enjoy those reload rates a lot better. All right, let's see. How can we're going to cap. There is something that Schlieffen is literally just holding that one area by himself. So we got to dislodge him somehow, and I'm trying to figure this out the best way I can. Trying to debate how are we going to get this guy out of here. My team just can't seem to figure out how to dislodge these guys. I guess I'll leave it up to the destroyer player to do it, right? Well, the majority of the matches, 5 battleships, 1 cruiser, and just the destroyer. So heavy favorite of battleships here. So we're using this. This mode is actually a great mode to try out all these pins on battleships. A lot of juicy targets out there. So let's see, what can we do? Got the St. Vincent eventually moving in. Pommern's also pushing in. Let's try the guns out here. Let's see if they pin the Pommern. $2,000 damage, not bad. We're still getting a couple non-pens. I think it's because I'm hitting the guns, but they're still pen. It's just the damage, the alpha damage just is not there. I guess I'm so used to seeing a heavier, higher H. Yeah, 1,500 damage. It's not the greatest, so it's okay. Now we pen all over this Vincent right here. Except for the main turrets. If I could just somehow land right on the side, and then of course you got to hit the damn thing. It doesn't matter if you have IFHE, if the guns just are just not able to hit and you can't aim correctly. Maybe I got to build it for better dispersion or something. There come those torpedoes from the Brisbane, I believe. Those are single launch torpedoes, so either that or the Palmer, or yeah, those are single launch. So that probably was the Brisbane. All right, backing up Palmer in here. This would be a prime spot for us to burn him down or just melt him down. All right, he goes down. That's the first mini. 52,000 damage, not bad. All right, we finally get rid of that damn Schlieffen there. Now we can see double cap 2 spots right here. Great spot. Barbiano is on our eastern. He's trying to sneak around and try to get to us and flank us. Unfortunately, this game is about caps, just like the randoms and everything else. It is about capturing objectives. So, you don't get rewarded too much for damage if you can't win the game. Now, we definitely will just melt the crap out of his Barbiano. 1 turret right now. The turrets do turn very, very slow, so not the speed you like. Look at that right there. I'm telling you, the guns on this thing really do melt destroyers. Unfortunately, the reload rate's not there. I wish I had a better reload rate. I'm just not liking the reload, man. It's so slow. But once we get a hit, we do a significant amount of damage. So now I'm getting, for some reason, better dispersion shooting at a destroyer than a battleship. That's kind of funny. No, we captured both points now, and pretty much we are just going to hold our own right here. So again, so far, pinning the battleships is probably okay, not bad. We pin already the destroyer, so there's nothing really more I can really upgrade. I mean, what would I have saved the IFHE points for? I mean, I already took the health, the survivability. Do I get any futility out of having extra hydro and smoke? I really find I don't have that many matches that I use everything, so having an extra one doesn't really matter in my personal opinion. Do you build for torpedoes? I really don't use torpedoes too much. I mean, 10.5 kilometer range, they're there as a deterrent. That's it. I'm not really a primary torpedo kind of a destroyer, in my personal opinion. I don't think of Z-52 as that. I mean, they're just there. Notice I haven't gotten any torpedo hits so far. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, the guns is really the bread and butter because of the pen. The pen is what you get as the baked-in 32 mil, and it seems sufficient. I'll just try off 40 mil and see again. What do you guys think? Do you see any futility in it? Is there an advantage there? I mean, I still started fires. Don't get me wrong. It's just not a lot. But look at that. There's that alpha damage I was telling you about right there. We just pen right, just nice damage, alpha damage, raw alpha damage on the Montana right there. He gets a shot out on his... Ouch. That took a lot of health off of us right there. But notice that we can just aim anywhere on the Montana except for where he's got 50 mil armor plating, I believe. There's somewhere on there. Maybe it's like a main deck, but there is certain areas that he's got 38 mil and lower. So superstructure always gets damaged. Ooh, finally we get a torpedo hit. My God. Took a while. Oh my gosh. Did we kill a Montana? Look at that. Killing Montanas. So not bad. Montana's an easy kill. It's not really a hard battleship to destroy. Now let's worry about the Schlieffen here. Schlieffen, one of my favorite secondary battleships here, next to the Libertad. So let's see. Look at that nice raw damage there. Of course, you would get even more with the AP at full broadside. I'm just trying out the HE right now, seeing where it would pin, where it doesn't pin. Still starting fires like normal. If I can just aim, I'm hitting all... I always keep landing right on his turrets there. I don't want that. Yeah, the dispersion is awful right now. I don't know why. I thought I built... Did I build for accuracy? I think I did. All right, we get the Schlieffen out. See, work on the Pommern here. Not bad. Nice damage so far. Nice pens there. Not... ooh, dang, he goes down. All right, so 121,000 damage. Not bad. 4 fires. We're trying to see... We were getting some decent damage. Of course, we're trying it all on battleships. Is it worth it, really, the IFHE? But I think it is. But, I mean, what am I getting for the 3 extra points there? Could I have used it somewhere else? I've already built for the guns, adrenaline rush, survivability. Do I get anything out of having extra smokes and hydro? I don't know. Still in the middle of the team there. And here are kind of the damage numbers. So we pin a lot on the Pommern there because we got a torpedo hit. It's your Montana. We definitely were able to get a lot of damage off of him. So really not a good display of what I really was able to do. I just don't think the reload rate is there. Like the Haragumo, I'm getting tons and tons of pins with IFHE, but we're only pinning up to 37. And is that extra 3mm pin worth it? So that's an example of that. You let me know. You guys let me know and have a good discussion about it. Is it really worth the IFHE? But let's take a look at randoms now, and we'll take an action encounter with the burrows and kind of see how that goes out. Okay, so we are in randoms here in Domination Mountain Range. Good map. So let's see. Do we have a good plethora of different types of ships to try? Ooh, look, there's the burrows. Like Epoxy, our sister clan right there. Awesome. But man, you got money already to buy this thing. That is incredible. Unless there's somehow you can get them early as a contributor. I don't know. I think it's still part of the early release plan, but that's expensive. I cannot fathom or swallow spending a couple $100s on that. I mean, if the ship was like so busted OP, maybe it'd be worth it. I mean, what are you getting out of spending $200 to $300? Especially the amount of doubloons you got to spend. It'd be interesting. Maybe it'd be faster if we do that new event that's coming up in August. Get the balloons that way. But then again, the ship will probably be released by then anyways, so is it really worth it? We'll see. Let's see here. So we're at the western side of the map. We're going to go into Alpha. Let's take a look at how we enter the map. Again, I'm going to be very, very cautious. I don't know where the Gdansk, the Burrows is at, and the Minotaur, Des Moines, and Buffalo. A lot of radar, a lot of threats out there, so I'm not going to go into my death right now. Again, we're also talking about how to be good destroyer players here. So I've noticed that being cautious and very cool, calm and cool right at the beginning rather than rushing into my death, because I know a lot of gimmicks out there now, radar, hydro, I mean, all types of things are out there now that it will melt the Z-52. So let's just kind of play it safe. see where everybody's at first before we do anything. We'll launch some, preemptive torpedoes, and let's see where what kind of threat we're. Okay, buffalo. I definitely will melt the crap out of a buffalo, so I decide just to open fire and see what happens here. We go loud, and it reveals where everybody's at. Just get everybody to shoot at me. I got my smoke if I need it. My God, what happened there? Could have sworn I hit him. Look at that, 1980 damage. Okay, there's the burrows, guys. There's your first look at the burrows. Let's see what kind of damage he can do to us. He's got that. It's sap that pins 38 mil now. And I want to see, is it worth it, too, while we're looking at it. Is the burrows worth getting, and what kind of damage output does he get? He's got terrible angles kiting away. That was the one downside I've seen and read about. He doesn't have any gimmicks other than the on-demand smoke and engine boost. That's kind of the basic American, destroyer line right there. No radar, no hydro, nothing. So let's see how we're going to do that. I just wasted a smoker. That's the downside of not having the Z-52, where you can just go undetected. Now, burrows it can just basically pop smoke and then get out of smoke and stop it on demand. So that's pretty interesting there. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to just kind of loiter around Alpha. I'm worried about the buffalo right now. Notice, again, on the mini-map, I've got his threat rings out. I've got a hydro ring, and I've got a radar ring. So I know all those threats. I just stay out of those red circles, being the most conservative possible. And then, of course, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to see. I think the Burrows is backed into Alpha, so we're not going to pick a fight with him because he's got support while the rest of my team. Again, that was something I was taught in clan battles is, look at my team. They're way over here. They have no ability to fire on anybody that spots me or I spot them. So it's better just to wait it out because I don't have any support really right now. So I'm just going to wait and see where. Let's speed this up a little bit here. Yeah, let's see. Where's my team? Let's see where. Okay, Alpha Charlie's about kind of dying. Again, there's nothing wrong with being patient either, okay? There's no need to rush into this, especially in randoms these days with the passive meta. You don't have to rush to your death. You can want to wait to see the enemy team kind of make mistakes. Burrows is open gunboating right there, so I think that's kind of like what you're supposed to do in it. You tell me, guys, as you're watching this, is it worth it? He's got 28,800 health, not bad. A lot. He definitely out HPs me. And notice we're spotting him for my team right now. And let's see, where can we be the most useful right now while we're just kind of launching torpedoes, spotting for our team, being a good destroyer player. I'm capping, I'm spotting, I'm kind of keeping that destroyer at bay. He knows I have hydro, so of course, the Burrows is not going to charge into his death to me. So just being that threat in the area is already scary enough. I know that with the German destroyers with hydro, I definitely keep my distance from them because I know the power and capability of what they have. Burrows is still firing open water gunboating there. See, he's got that smoke on demand, so he can basically go undetected if he's getting a little too much pressure there. We are still pushing the pressure on spotting for our team on the northwestern side. Burrows still firing there. We're going to continue pushing. We've already capped the objective. Now we're spotting. We got torpedoes. Might want to launch these torpedoes on the Delaware here. The torpedoes, I wish the range was a little bit more effective, like 12. I would be happier if they buffed it to 12. It would make it a little bit more comfortable for me. Not understanding the number of 10.5. That's interesting. All right, we're going to go right here. Again, going at a slow pace, just making sure because if I want to engage the Burrows, I would get shot at by the Atago, and then, of course, maybe get spotted by somebody else. So I'm just waiting for him to get into my web of hydro here, because I'm going to catch him like a spider. Once he gets caught and perma-spotted, his smoke is pretty much useless at that point, and he doesn't have hydro either. All right, we might get that lucky torpedo. I knew that Delaware was going to reverse into the mountain here behind. So, do we get one? Yes, there it is. 10,200. Not bad. It's not a bad damage output. Now I finally have support. My team is actually finally pushing up. Now I'm debating on a when to fire here. I'm going to see if he pulls into my 6-kilometer range, then we'll go at. Okay, here he is. So I get detected right here at 6.1. Not a bad detection for a destroyer. You see, now he's going to turn away, and then my hydro is pretty much rendered useless. See, because he goes outside of 6, I can't even use it. So I just pop smoke and just kind of like wait it out. Okay, we'll just use our time and smoke to either help our team burn down this Delaware. Okay, watch the HE shells here. Now, we pin all over this Delaware. So watch this. We'll hit the back. 1980, not bad at all. I think we hit his turret. That's what caused the non-pins right there. We are still getting non-pins. I'm trying to aim right on his back, his aft section right there. So not bad. We basically helped our team just secure Alpha now. Now let's go ahead and chase down the Burrows. Burrows can go up to 40 knots, so we have to use our engine boost just to keep up with him. He's got an engine boost as well. We've got a Henry in support, so this is great. The fact that we even have a Henry to play with is awesome. So we out-detect the Burrows. See, we outspot him first, so he's going to have to pop smoke to get out. Yeah, I knew it. He goes undetected, but our Hydro will then perma-spot him, and this is exactly where the problem is for the Burrows. So again, I'm not sure if this is... might be that we found a weakness in the Burrows here. Radar and Hydro, obviously, for any destroyer, but having this smoke causes you to really play kind of a false sense of security here, where he just can't get out of it now. Unless he has engine boost, he won't be able to escape my 41 knots of gain here. My front two guns are just awful dispersion. My God. Yeah, the guns in the Z-52 lately, I just noticed not really that best dispersion. So interesting. Finally goes down. All right. Okay, look at all that sap he just took. He took 3,900 damage off of me right there with sap. So if that is your bread and butter there, yeah, go for it. If you think the sap of that 4,000 shot damage exchange right there with the Burrows, maybe if that's worth it to you, I don't know. I think the Sherman there was a video, I think, released by Potato Quality here just talking about the Sherman. I love the Sherman, by the way. It's a great open water gunboat. However, is it being power crept with the new double barrel Burrows here? I've been asking for a double barrel sap gun destroyer for a while. So, I mean, the Burrows is like the double barrel that I've been asking for the Sherman. If the Sherman had double barrels, absolutely powerful. But since it's single barrel, maybe the Burrows might be a good substitution with the quick smokes. But no Hydro is really getting to me. I don't think it's worth it to spend that much money on something I don't get a Hydro radar or, anything like that. It's just literally purely just like another American DD line, except the fact that you have the smoke on demand is that's probably just the simplistic gimmick there. Like I said, the guns are only good if you can use them. They're great sap guns. I love the fact that they're double barrel. That's what I want. I mean, it'd be like a gearing with sap. And open one on gun bunny. But again, I don't know. I haven't played it. But from what I've seen so far, I didn't think too much. Even in testing, we killed Burrows all over the place all the time. I think it's the fact that the gun angles are just horrendous. When you're kiting away, it doesn't make it a very viable ship because you're always worried about getting shot right here. All right, here's how you counter a Gdansk. Okay, so you go nose in, wait till he smokes up, get as much damage you can in as you best you can do, and you smoke up and watch. He's going to pop his radar here. Here's what you do to counter it. Just go nose in. Because the Gdansk radar only lasts about 10 to 12 seconds if you build for it. So watch. He's probably going to radar me 9-kilometer radar. You can't escape it. I mean, it's just too much range. 9 kilometers. So let's see. When is he going to pop? He's going to pop. There it is. So see the timer counting up? He's got to survive 12 seconds. He's probably only going to get 3 salvos in. So there's 1 shot. There's 2 shots. And 12 seconds goes away. He loses it. And there's a 3rd shot. So that's how you counter it. And I've only took maybe 900 damage, about 900 to 1,000. That's how you counter it. And now he's stuck in his smoke, and we have Hydro. So, Gdansk got blasted by Henry. Man, Henry's been protecting my ass all day, man. I compliment to you, Henry, for doing a great job being a great cruiser player. See, I even tell thanks to that. Thank you, Henry, there. Kudos to you, man. You made it on the video. All right, so that's pretty much it. The game is, you would think the game is won, but I mean, this team actually almost blew it. The amount of people started dying at the 2 of Burgonia. Let me speed this up just to get through this, but let's see. How are we going to take out this Minotaur? This Minotaur is causing us to go crazy here. So I'm going to turn back around. I'm going to help my Henry out since he's been helping me out so much. He smokes up. I was being cautious. I didn't know if he was a radar or smoke, so now that we know he's a smoke, I can rush him. So once my ring enters his smoke, I think he might have exited smoke, so I'm going to pop the Hydro. There's Pop sees some of his... now I got to help spot the Minotaur for my Henry, otherwise he's going to get melted down, so I got to get to the side. I don't have enough time to get through the smoke. So let me get around the smoke here so I can spot for my Henry to fire. You see, I'm doing destroyer things. I mean, I don't have to shoot my guns. I can spot for my team and help them out. All right, let's take a look at how these guns work here. So obviously we pen all over the Minotaur. His light skin and everything, 32 mil is like nothing. Whoa, did we just get non-pen? Oh my gosh, I guess we do have non-pen. So I guess 40 mil doesn't work too well on the Minotaur side armor plane. So we're going to switch to AP here. AP absolutely melts the side of a Minotaur. Oh, never mind. I wish I was able to test it before the Henry blasted him. So anyways, so I noticed I got some non-pens there. So there is some armor plating on the Minotaur there that will surpass 40 mil. So interesting, unless I hit the guns. I've noticed that sometimes the accuracy of these guns is not the greatest. So having pin is one thing, but being able to aim and hit is another. So again, I'll leave that up to you guys. I think the IFHE may not be as worth it as I thought, but again, what am I going to spend it on? Your thoughts? Let me know on the comments and let other guys know that was watch these videos. But that's pretty much the game right there. We just the game is pretty much over. We just go in and cap, and yeah, we win. I almost lose though. I was gonna lose if they were gonna kill at least 2 other ships. Look at the aiming; it's so bad. We barely hit anybody. These guns are very inaccurate. I have to give you that. So let's take a look at their 53. What do we get here? We have no data. That is not an E. I think that's just they missed the logo there. Top of the 4 team. We did a lot of spotting for our team there. 83,000 spotting, potential 860. Wow, a lot of people shot at us. Didn't do too much damage. I wanted to try it out, but again, not seeing it too much in randoms. The battleships are way too far in the back. And really, you're playing a conservative style game with the hydro and everything. But that's my thought on it. I think it's okay in certain situations. Maybe Unbreakable Line, maybe. But for randoms, I don't know if it's really worth spending those 3 points for IFG. But I don't know what else to spend it on, since you really can't improve anything more other than either gun range, maybe. But I don't use Fearless Brawler too much in the Z-52 with the smoke. You're not really open water gunboating too much in the Z-52. And of course, you know, RPF, do you really need it? I don't know. I'm debating RPF. Back in the day I did, but I don't know anymore. But anyway, Bill will be at the end of the video. Hope you guys do well. If you see me out there, make sure you say hello. Thanks again for all the supporters of the channel. And until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.